Darin Wells here, Missing Link Financial. We're here today at a great investment we just picked up with our mentoring students, Ron and Jan. Are you guys professional investors?
No.
No. Have you ever bought it? First time? First time. The numbers are basically we bought them for $175. We believe it's worth somewhere around $275. It needs minimal work. We're going to go through today. What we're going to do today is we're going to actually go through the process of what we need to do on the rehab. This is our plans that would have been approved by the city. We're going to go through on a step-by-step basis with you what exactly we need to do. This is great. We're here. We've been waiting. We're getting ready to go, right?
Yes.
Are you excited?
I'm excited.
You're excited too?
Yes.
Okay, so here we are at our Belcher property in Norwalk. I've got our contractor, Jorge, if you guys remember him from the last house on Alondra. On the outside, there's not much that needs to be done. We have one little piece that needs to go in here that'll match wrought iron that needs to match up here. This property is a little different than what we're used to because we're used to doing major rehab jobs. So this one actually is really clean, doesn't need a whole lot of work, but there's certain items that the city are mandating that we do. So this is illegal because of a fire. If there's a fire in the garage, then you can't have the windows here. So this is all got to go. We got to reframe it, and then we got to put a solid core door on it, right? I want to show you, this is a major issue, why it took us 3 months in plan check, which is crazy, but this is why. When you're dealing with cities, unfortunately, you know, you're kind of, you know, you're held hostage somewhat on how fast you can get things done. We had to submit a full set of plans for this. It's crazy. Let me show you what they made us pull. Because this had an illegal addition, this is the illegal addition right here. It's probably, what, 5 by 14. 5 by 14. We're going to re-stucco it, right? We're going to re-stucco. We're going to take,
put new studs, frame it out, give it the original shape of a garage.
Right. New studs, frame it out, and then from here this way is all going to be taken out. This, the patio has to go because that's illegal. The permits were never pulled for that. So that all needs to go. This is our demo. This is what we're starting on, hopefully today, right, George?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're going to demo this whole thing here, get this up to standards, and this is our biggest issue with this house. This is why we got such a great deal on this house, because this could not be sold to a conventional type buyer. This can only be sold to an investor like ourselves that came in and paid cash because of this issue right here. Okay, this illegal addition. It's crazy. Originally, when these windows were done, they're wrong size. They don't pass the city code for if there's a fire or egress requirements. So these have to go. Okay, where are we going? 4x4 here?
We're going to a 3x4, a low E dual glaze, vinyl windows, which is up to code. It allows the UV rays up to a certain amount. You can't be using aluminum anymore.
Right.
Most of the cities don't allow them. So that's why we have to upgrade it.
Okay, so that's why we hired George, right? Because he knows all the codes. Okay, so here we are at the third bedroom. We actually couldn't go inside because the light's out, but this is where the major problem is with this bedroom. This is an illegal addition here, right? This whole section's got to be pulled out. Remember, this is the back section of the garage that was added onto. Well, the problem is when they did this, they put a window in here that will not fit the fire requirement, right, George?
3x4 slider, typical use. A lot of people get good deals on them. It is very important what you install in your bedroom. If you have kids, you have to be very, very careful that you don't put something that can actually kill them in the future. Right. If a fire got forbid. Right.
So this is illegal. This has got to be torn down, so then we could put a bigger window in there that actually meets all the requirements from the city, the fire and the egress. So this is the major issue with this, and that's why this was illegal, and that's why they're making us tear it down, which makes sense. This is something that we didn't know about until we got into plan check, and then we checked the permits, and actually we found this out later on, but it's something we have to do. This panel, this is a sub panel, okay? This is not a main panel. So what happened was the original owners, whoever owned this property, this is the panel here, right? So they didn't make this into a full panel. They made a little sub panel coming this way, and this is not up to code. And we've got to take this all out. We have to do what we call a meter spot, right? Because this meter is not in the right spot. So now this all has to go over here.
We're going to convert that existing sub panel into a new 100 amp service. More likely we have to get, of course it's Edison's final word, but we have to get an upgrade here, or like they'll give you this location. Reason being is that pole goes all the way to the other side. That's very, very hazardous. So now we're gonna hopefully set it here up to code.
This house doesn't need a lot of work, and what we're trying to figure out with George is, and that's why we're going through the plans, we're going over everything, is what is it going to cost for us to get this thing done.